Whatever you imagine in your mind, Allah is different from it. Allah existed and nothing else existed. Allah existed and there was no paradise. Allah existed and there was no hell. Allah existed and there was no humans, no angels, no jinns, nothing. And after Allah created everything, He is as He was. He does not change. He exists without a place. The 6 directions do not contain Him, and time does not elapse onto Him. You don't ask where is Allah and how is Allah, because where and how are questions regarding the creation, and Allah is the Creator. Allah is not inside of the universe, and He is not outside of the universe, and He is not physically with us wherever we are. Rather, He knows about us wherever we are. And I humbly ask Allah to raise the rank of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our teacher and our guide and our master and our beloved sallallahu alaihi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. So we'll continue with the 15th hadith of Imam Muhyiddin Yahya ibn Sharaf Annawawiyy, his book. Right, so the last couple of Fridays we've been engaging, explaining, and hopefully to a degree that is acceptable and understandable, the 40 hadith of Imam Annawawiyy. So right now we are on the 15th hadith, and we spent about 2 weeks on this, right? And we'll hopefully try to finish it in Allah. So I'll mention the hadith in Arabic and English once again, make a short review, and then we'll continue on with where we left off. So the hadith that we're explaining is that what was narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir, فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم جاره ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه." So the meaning of this hadith is that the ones of you who believe in Allah and in the day of judgment, let him say good words or stay silent. And we explained this portion of the hadith. And then we also explained the next part where it says, and those of you who believe in Allah in the day of judgment, then let him be generous to his neighbor. Right, the jar. And we explained that, and we're still explaining this part. And then he also said, وَمَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَلْيُكْرِمْ ضَيْفَهُ. And those of you who believe in Allah and believe in the day of judgment, then let them be generous to their guests. Right, inshallah we'll try to finish off these points, bi'idhnillah. So where we left off is talking about the jar. Right? And do you recall what Imam al-Hasan al-Basri said of who is considered to be your neighbor? Right? What did he say? He said that 40 homes to your front and 40 homes behind you, and 40 homes to your left and 40 homes to your right, all of these people are considered your jar, are considered your neighbors. Right? And in Islam, the fact that the person is literally just lives beside you, they are situated next to you, this is a right that they have on you, right? Meaning that you have to do certain things towards them. You have to, abide by the religion in abiding by the good manners, right? And we also spoke about that the jar, the neighbor, is divided into 3 categories. Right? The jar is divided into 3 categories, 3 classifications. We said that there is a neighbor that has 3 rights on you. There is a neighbor that has 2 rights on you, and there is a neighbor who has 1 right on you. And we mentioned that the neighbor that has 3 rights on you is the one who is your neighbor. So that's 1 right. The fact that they're your neighbor is a right. So they're your neighbor. They are Muslim. So after the fact that your neighbor is a Muslim, they're a believer. They believe in Allah and they believe in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even though they might not be, abiding by their religion, they still have a haqq. They have a right on you. Right, so that's 2. The fact that they're a neighbor, they're a believer, they're a Muslim. And the 3rd one is that if they're related to you. Right, so they have this haqq, this right of al-qurba. Right, so the fact that they're related to you, they're your kin, they might be a family, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, right, a parent, a mother, a father. So this is considered kinship. So if you have someone and they're your neighbor, they're a Muslim, and they're related to you, they have 3 rights on you. 3 rights on you, right? Because you live beside them, they have these 3 rights. Then the other category is the one that has 2 rights. Right? So the neighbor that has 2 rights is the one who is your neighbor, right? right? So the fact that they live beside you, they have a right, and they are a believer, they're Muslim, but they're not related to you. Right? So they don't have the haqq of al-qurba, right? So they're related, they're your neighbor and they're a believer. So this is two. Then the neighbor that has one right on you is the one who is simply your neighbor. So they're not related to you, and they're not Muslim. They might be a non-Muslim. Right? They might be a non-Muslim, but still, they have certain rights on you. They have this haqq on you. Right? So these are the classifications that the ulama, they divided, that the neighbors are considered to three. Some that have 3 rights, some that have 2 rights, and some that have 1 right. So knowing this, it's an encouragement, hopefully, that if we have any of these categories, and for sure that we do, specifically living in the non-Muslim country over here, I'm sure that you have a neighbor that's a non-Muslim. So you still should be kind and generous to them. You should still show them the good manners, the good etiquette, smile to them, help them out if they need any help. Right? These are the things that you have to do. Right? And this is encouraged in the religion. And we spoke about this.